check stuff. All right, look at this, semi on time for the live. Okay, what's up? What it is, what's up? See if I can figure this out. How to get us up and operational. Once y'all get in, go ahead and let me know where you're from. What's going on? How you doing tonight? Got any questions? You can go ahead and just drop them in the comment box. Can y'all hear me? Oh, my mic isn't hooked up, but I think I'll probably hook it up. So now I don't talk that loud. All right, so let's go ahead and get logged in. Once y'all in here, say what's up so we can get the live started. Yesterday in the membership, we figured out how to work some things. And here I am, not knowing how to work it. All of a sudden, that's it. Okay, here we go. Hi, good evening. Welcome in, welcome in. Close. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm learning. I'm still learning how to operate all of this. So we're gonna give everybody a little more time to get in today so we can chit chat. Oh, I feel so far away. See if that looks good. Okay. I think we're good. A little more time. I didn't make an announcement or anything on the community tab, but on Thursday, 6 p.m. live here. Not that always at 6 p.m., but close to 6 p.m. As close to 6 p.m. as we can get it. That's the goal, to be on time, as much on time as possible. So as people coming in, y'all go ahead and let me know y'all can hear me, if the sound is good, and then we'll get started. And my hair doing what it want to do today. My hair do what it want to do every day, but today it's really doing its own thing. And shout out to the membership. Yesterday we were live on the membership, and we were talking about I reviewed Alberta's Soul Food Kitchen here in Merida. It's like their second week open. So I went ahead and ordered it and reviewed it with the members over there. I should have got their link. Let's see if I can put their link up real quick. It's in Concal, it's soul food, it's good. I'll be straight up, I liked everything except for the potato salad. I liked everything except potato salad. It wasn't, everybody got their certain way, how they like potato salad, so I'm not gonna hold that against them. But everything else was really good. The tilapia was fire. The tilapia was so good. Like I really enjoyed the tilapia. And my baby loved the mac and cheese. So yeah, I think it's Alberta's Soul Food Kitchen. I think that's the name. Maybe that's the name. I don't know. Okay, I'll find it. Cocina. I'll find it and put it in here for everybody so that you can order it. I think they take food up until The order's up until Tuesday. They deliver on Wednesday between like 3 and 5-ish. And the food is good. I don't have any complaints. It did not require me to heat up a stove here in Merida as hot as it is. So yeah, shout out to them for making dinner happen yesterday. And it's also the same thing we ate today because the portions are really good. So I didn't need to order, it's enough, so. But let's get it started. Let me drop this in here for y'all. Good soul food. Oop, it's in all caps. Oh well. So y'all can know where to get some good soul food. Here is the link for y'all to Alberta's Cocina. Boom, that's the name of it. All right, boom, drop that in there. So let's get it started, right? The title of the live tonight is Clearing the Air and Setting Expectations. I think that's what I named it. Anyway, that should be named. If it ain't, it's something close to that. Maybe managing expectations. It don't matter. It's something. It's something close to that, right? For as far as conversation goes, right? So yesterday, I dropped a video, and the video is doing numbers, right? And that's always good for YouTuber, for our videos to make waves, right? So I'm enjoying that, right? However, I seem to feel like there's a miscommunication somewhere in there, right? No, I don't change anything that I said, right? If you've been following me for any number of time, I'm one of those person, I said what I said. Especially if I said it with the best intentions and the best heart. I said what I said. If anybody can look at me and tell me what I said was dead wrong or harmful or that, do that, okay? Do that with me. And I'm an adult and I am an accountable person. So if I said something that was malicious or ill-intended and someone can identify that where maybe I'm not seeing it, I will say, my bad, okay? I'm a grown person. I will contact that person and I will tell them I was wrong, right? So with that, the first thing I want to say is Adventures with Ty, Adventures by Ty, Tyantha Brown. I mentioned her in that video. I mentioned her in that video because I appreciated her honesty, right? Her transparency. She was very straight up and direct about her CFE bill being high, that she had to come up with the money for it. It was an unexpected expense. It was $700 and something, and she was not prepared for it. And she wanted to share her story with other people. She also has a YouTube channel. I posted it in I'm gonna go dig it up in a minute, and I'll post her YouTube in here. Go follow her. She lives in Concal, and she shares a lot of stuff about Concal. So if you're interested in moving further out, she's a good person to follow, right? I did not post her story to shame her or anything like that. It was already on Move Abroad and Thrive, which is Cortez Ross's page. Cortez got over 10,000 subscribers, okay? You know, me and my something 1400s, we still growing, right? So for somebody to feel like I shamed her on my platform, that is insane, right? I am a girl's girl, all right? That's never the case. If I wanted to shame her, I could have said other things that were mean. Maybe they would have been perceived as being honest, but they would have been perceived as mean. I was specifically using her scenario to explain a scenario that's already out there. It's not like she came and told me that in confidence and then I ran and told y'all on the internet. That's not what happened, right? So if there was any miscommunication, that's not the point of the purpose of the video was talking about transparency. She was transparent. She was honest about her situation. And it's a good situation given the fact that I was discussing people who have moved here and I wasn't sure if they really did make a plan, a solid plan, a clear plan for certain things such as finances and childcare and, managing living in a foreign country. making friends, or black friends in particular, learning the language and all this other good stuff, right? That was the point of the video, to say, hey, everything that you see on YouTube is not real life, right? It's not real life. I think I've done a good job trying to give a broad spectrum of everything that goes on here, right? And being honest, like y'all like, oh, we need more YouTube videos. I don't have much more to give you, because it's just me cleaning my house and walking my dog. And I know YouTubers do that, but child, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do that, okay? So as far as the whole video concept was to be transparent and saying, I want to take my part, I want to take ownership in my part of the YouTubers that's just like, oh, we out here just living it up, right? The video that went viral is just, for me, where I quit my job and moved to Merida, and the other one was how much my rent was, right? And given that the rent, that was, you know, almost 2 years ago rent, the dollar was doing digits, right? Even then, my rent would even be higher, because what I didn't explain in that video was the currency conversion, right? So a lot of these things get people confused and off track. And so I want to be direct about it. No, I don't change anything I said in there. Have your financial plan together. Have legal things in place for your kids. Have a clear understanding that you're going to get here and there's going to be language barriers. Be understanding that there's not going to be a black welcoming committee for you when you get off the plane to welcome you and embrace you in the black envelope of Merida. That's not going to happen, okay? So I still stand on everything I said. In regards to that, right, apparently there was a little mishmash and people holding court about me when I'm not present, right? And I know they watch my YouTube, because how else would they have held court about what I said in my YouTube videos, right? So what I'm gonna tell these ladies, be direct with me, okay? Be direct with me. Don't be passive, because we are adults. We are grown, right? So however you felt about my video, if you feel in some type of way that you need to remove me from WhatsApp groups or make up stories and now carry on, you know, insinuations about other things, please come talk to me directly. My phone number is not a secret. I was in your WhatsApp group. We're in other mom groups. You can contact me directly and talk to me. You don't need to go through other people to communicate with me. And to the young lady that keep going back saying, well, they said, he said, she said, stop doing that. We too grown for that. Too grown. I hate we too grown. But here's the reality, ma'am. I feel like you the problem. And if you're not the problem, then you need to name up the names on whoever said what about whatever they said, right? Because I'm not gonna do that. When I'm talking to you, I'm gonna tell you who said what, where, and how, okay? Because nothing I'm saying to somebody is so secretive that I can't say it somewhere else. Because as soon as you start having to cloak names and cloak situations and things like that, that means you hiding something. Because it's not what you're saying directly to me, it's what you said about me when you was in the presence of that other person. All right? And everybody, oh, I don't want to be messy, but y'all being messy as fuck, okay? Y'all being messy. Y'all being messy. It's straight up what it is. And that's why on Facebook I said, you spiritual hoes must not know who you fucking with. I don't remember what I put on there, but for everyone to be so spiritual and in tune, y'all moving around like the ratchets and raunchy, and that's not spiritual at all, right? Y'all ain't no better than the Christian people y'all talk about, right? Y'all no better than the Christians y'all talk about that's hypocritical, because what in your spirit told you to come for me? Your ancestors must not love you enough for you to send you around and have you looking shady and shysty behind their back. Your ancestors should have told you that if you was talking about Kitty gonna come to you direct, right? So if there's anybody that would like to contact me directly, wait till 7 o'clock. You can send it now and I'll contact you when I get off live and we can have a discussion about it like grown people. So stop being messy, stop calling other people about it. That is not going to change my perception. And I'm not taking my video down, and I don't change my stance. I don't, because I mean what I say and I say what I mean. All right. Now to the passport bros. Now I explicitly said I don't care who y'all date. I don't care who y'all date. I don't care where y'all date. I don't care how y'all date. I even advise the ladies to leave y'all alone. Leave y'all alone. If y'all want to go find, special monkeys in the Amazon forest today, go do that. Go do that. Go wherever you are happiest, where you feel loved, where you feel celebrated, and vice versa for women. Okay, go where you're happy, go where you're celebrated, go where you are loved. But to the gentlemen that come on my page and like, black men don't want black women, sir, who care? If you black men, don't say black men because it's not all of y'all. Okay, it's you and your circle or whoever you with. Y'all don't like black women. That's okay. That's fine. That's okay. Stop coming over here, leaving these long dissertations and expecting me to go back and forth with you, because I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, all right? And I feel like it's just best if we just address it right here and right now. I'm sure y'all gonna still keep on, because I don't know if y'all didn't get enough hugs as kids, or y'all didn't get enough attention. The teacher didn't call on y'all when y'all raise your hand, but stop it. Like stop it, because it's quite rude, honestly. And it also brings me back to the point of why we're here today, right? With managing expectations. And when it comes down to it, one thing is people will leave Merida because they'll say, oh, people acting funny, people acting shady. Every single expat or person you bump into is not gonna be your best friend. Every person, people I hung out with last year, I don't hang out with this year. People I hung out with last month, I don't hang out with this month. You meet people, and those people could just be for a season or time. Those people could be for a lifetime. Those people could be around for whatever it is that you needed to give to them and they needed to give to you, right? Like that's what you have to understand. So as soon as if you fall out with one group, don't automatically think, oh my God, like Merida, like the women here are so shady. I could take my experience today and use that, be like, women here in Merida, they're such bullies and da 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 da. And then next thing you know, I run to Playa del Carmen. I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do that. That's just that group of women that don't like me. It may be another group that don't like me too. But guess what? I like me. And there's other people that like me too, the way I am. So I'm not gonna change that just to specifically fit in with that group, okay? So when it comes down to it, managing expectations, when you move abroad, especially when you're an expat, friends are gonna be cyclical. And I'm using the word friends loosely, because the women in that group, I think probably 80% of them could be walking down the street and I don't know them, no clue, never seen them before, I don't even know what these women look like. I'm sure they know what I look like because I'm on YouTube and they watch my channel, but I have no clue who these women are, right? So, you being mad and having beef with somebody over YouTube, especially when I didn't say nothing wrong. Have your finances together to move abroad. I'm trying to figure out, I'm gonna need you to point out the lie. And one more thing, that group wasn't even in my mind when I made that video. That's the bananas thing. I was on the phone with a friend at the time and she was like, whoa, like, this just happened. I'm like, what? Like, why? And then she read the verbiage about, being positive and all this other stuff or whatnot, and just kicking me out the group. And I'm like, damn, but it also comes down to a hit dog gonna holler. That video wasn't made for them. But if that video is made for you now, thank you for letting me know. Probably, I promise you, was not at the top of mind. The simple fact that you think that you're so important that you would be in this place in my mind when I'm putting away laundry is insane. It is insane. A testament to how small your world is compared to my imagination, right? Because it was not a factor at all, which is the hilarious part of the whole thing, which is why I don't give a fuck. So in turn, when managing expectations with friends gonna come and go. Some friends are gonna be nomadic. Some friends are gonna come to Merida, get their feet wet, and then be like, ooh, I can do this expat thing. And they're gonna move on to other countries, other areas, and they're going to explore more, right? Doesn't mean that they're not your friend anymore. You know what I'm saying? It just means that they move on and you have to be okay with that. What's these comments talking about? Oh, and shout out to the compound members that are in here tonight, even though, and you know, they roasted me yesterday, right? Because I was on live with them and I had my hair in my twist, so because my hair get puffy, but I had my hair twisted. Child, they was roasting me, but that's okay. I still love them, but they roasted me, y'all, so bad. Yes, I've seen, hold on. Hate YouTube sometimes. I love YouTube. I'm not about to let a few people deter me, because the main reason why I made my channel was because I wanted answers to the things, I wanted answers to the questions that just wasn't there. Like today, I finally got my trash settled. I've been here 2 months without trash. I've been paying the gate guard to pick up my trash for me, right? Because I didn't know how to get my trash set up, and my landlord didn't set the trash up. And finally, we figured it out today. Yeah, we figured it out today. Yeah. I had to literally set my trash up from scratch. It's not like I had a bill and I just went and just kept paying that bill. I had to set my trash up from scratch, y'all. This is crazy, but I did it. So now we have trash pickup on Saturday. I'm very excited about that, because I got stuff that I wanted to throw away, but I had just been holding on to it because I didn't have trash. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I've seen Ty's story, and she was honest and transparent. She went on excursions in the first month, spent their money not thinking about the next month's bills. She was honest. She was honest, and she was, and I didn't even mention that. I just mentioned how the bill came, right? I didn't mention, because some people be like, that's so stupid, da 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 da. Sis was living life, okay? Like, we're not gonna be mad at nobody for living life, but it's just, that's a reality. She's not the first person to get hit by, so now her light bill was surprisingly high, but she does have a larger family. They're a family of what, 5? Dad, mom, 3 kids. They're a family of 5. So yeah, they're gonna use a lot of electricity, even being conscious with their electricity. And they were new here, so they hadn't been acclimated to the heat. That's a real life story. That is reality, okay? That's why I was like, I appreciate her transparency. Being clicked on your page and it didn't show me the live starting a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, it's probably your phone. So yeah, you know, it's just really the point of just managing what these expectations are when it comes to friendships, okay? And who you're clicking up with, right? In this group, some of these people aren't even here in Merida. They're not here in Merida for a minute. Why would you get caught up in drama and you're not even here? You're not here. You're not even set to arrive anytime soon, and you're getting caught up in drama. You got to think about that, because are these the friends that you want set in place when you land somewhere? Think about that. You know, think about that. Think about the type of friends. Oh God, Chris said you're the sum of the 5 people that you talk to the most, or something like that. If these are the people that you're talking, is that what you want your the sum to be? You want your average to be, or whatever, like, of those people? Think about these things, right? Think about it, you know, because some people find people that match our energy and we feel like, oh, like yada, 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 but sometimes it's a trauma bond. It's not a connection of positivity and growth. Sometimes it's a trauma bond, because I'm in the thick of the bullshit, they in the thick of the bullshit, and I just need somebody to commiserate with me. You know, the whole thing with misery loves company. Yeah, that's exactly it. Swap the cord out, baby. That's the whole thing when you think about some of these Facebook groups. It's Facebook groups I've gone in, not Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups. I've gone in, and by the end of the day, I done left and gone about my business. This ain't for me. I can't do it. And sometimes people stick around because they like the drama that it carries on, because they don't have a life of their own. And I get it. You know, little entertainment here and there, crazy, you know, crack a joke here and there. Okay, I get that. But think about this. If you're on this journey because you want to improve your life and better quality of life, why would you get caught up in drama? Just think, I've been here almost 2 years. And the first time I hear, well, so-and-so said so-and-so, come on now, stop it. Let us all stop it. Let us take it a minute and stop it, okay? Let's see what the comment says. I enjoy watching you because you are true to yourself and you speak your mind. Do not change it. Gracias. Thank you. Yeah, they do want that Some people love being in drama. Some people are addicted to drama because they don't want to sit with the piece of their self and realize that when they're in the quiet and they have to listen to themselves, what does that sound like, right? It's not happy. As a person who has been in therapy for my child is 10, so over 10 years I've been in therapy, I will tell you that it takes a lot to get to the point to being okay with yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? It takes a lot to get to that point. And everybody talking about they do work and they doing work harder. And it brings me to the point of, I appreciate what It's Dark Wolf said is, do you want people to be honest with you or not? Do you want me to be honest with you, or you want fluffy clouds? That's ultimately what it comes down to. You know, the whole thing is like, oh, you know, I want to see what's going on in Merida and how people are living, right? Because you're trying to take a guess at how things are gonna go when you get here, what you can expect when you get here. But then when somebody is honest with you about something, it's mean, it's rude. The guy called me crass. He said, guy, girl, I don't know if it was who it was, said something, you know, something, just all these little pretentious and some other stuff. And I'm like, what? Like, where'd you get this from? But the reality is, how can you want me to be real and honest with you about what's going on here, but at the same time, not be honest about what's going on here? How am I supposed to tell a story to help somebody prepare to come without including the bad? You know, y'all want to see the parties and the flamingos and the zoo dates and the kids playing at the park and the going through Walmart shopping and the house tours, but you don't want to deal with the reality, the numbers of it all, how much things actually cost, the reality of what it comes down to live abroad, or learning how important it is to actually learn the language and try to adapt as much as you can. You know, things like, you don't want to hear that. You just want to hear, bring your US dollars. It's like you think there's this expectation. I'm going to pick up my life where I am right now, and I'm just going to shift it over. Only thing that's going to change is my dollar is going to be converted to peso. That's it. And life is going to get better because I'm going to have more money. I'm going to be able to live better. If it was that easy, baby, everybody would do it. If it was so easy, there would not be for sale signs in this provider I live in. Every lot would be full. Every single lot would be full. I promise you that it would. But this is just ultimately the reality that nobody wants to hear the hard truth. And I try not to say it in a rude way, but just to be honest about what's going on. When I got my light bill last June, I believe, I got my light bill. I was like, oh my God, my light bill was high. Now, my light bill wasn't 13,000 pesos high, but it was like 7,000 something pesos, right? I was like, this is a crazy light bill. Whereas my previous light bills had been like 3,000 pesos, right? So I was like, whoa, my light bill is high. And I log into the groups and I'm like, yo, my light bill is high. And everybody's like, yeah, my light bill is crazy, da 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 da. But no one in the groups wanted to say how much their light bill was. It was like it was a secret. Everybody was so secretive about how much their light bill was. And I'm like, why is this a secret? And why ain't nobody posted a video? Why nobody told me that the electricity bill get real high, right? Like they told me, but they didn't give me a number to gauge off of, like nothing to use as my guide. So when I made that video and I put it out there, next thing you know, YouTubers are making how much my light bill video is, which is cool because the more the merrier. Spread the information, but you want people to be informed. But it's something about finances that people feel a certain type of shame. I know it's people out here, dual income, no kids, killing my income. Just I want to be adopted by them. No kids, dual income, living in Mexico, living their very best life, and I love that for them. But I'm not going to be shame of my income because it's not as high as theirs. Somebody always gonna have more money than me. Somebody else gonna have less money than me. That's just the way life goes. And for people to have this shame about finances, and instead of being just honest and real and direct that this is where I'm at financially, I might not be able to do everything that the next person can do. And that's okay. That's more than okay to be honest with yourself about your finances, and also being honest when you set your expectations about what you're gonna get when you move to Merida. All right. Right now, I think my rent this month, I think it was like $900. I think it was $900. Some people can't afford $900 rent, but would they like the style of house I'm in? Yes. That doesn't mean you can't get a nice house. You may not get 3 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. You may get 2 bedrooms and 1.5 bathrooms, or 2 bathrooms. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just being honest with yourself about what you get. It doesn't make mine better. It doesn't, what you get what you need, and you're comfortable, right? And you're comfortable because you're living within your means. Merida United High School. Now people just want sympathy, but they try to cover it with wanting better. Hey, Avencia. I have a question for you. Do you think people really want to live in Merida, or just go on an extended vacation in Merida, but tell themselves they're living in Merida? I think that is a perception of how we're living in Merida. You know, this week with people coming in and stuff, they're just like, hey, people want to hang out. We got normal lives. We're still living normal life here. If you come in on Tuesday, what would you be doing on Tuesday if you were at home? If you were at home, you wouldn't probably be out. You probably would be getting ready for Wednesday, so you can get up in the morning and go to work and get the kids ready for school, things like that. So I do think people feel like that if people live here, they're on forever vacation, and they're going on excursions every day. You know, they swim with dolphins on Tuesdays, they in the mangroves on Thursdays. You know, they on a yacht on Saturday. You know, they brunch on Sunday. They seem to believe that that's how YouTubers are living, or the people are living, because of the little snippets of life that they see on YouTube. And I guess it's unfavorable that I would rather tell you, yes, that can happen. Yes, we was in the club in VIP, bottles popping 2 weeks ago or something like that. Great time, baby. We had a time. Yes, it was amazing. It was fun. But that was 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember what I did. What did I do last week? I don't remember what I did. Oh, I went to the beach last weekend. That's what I did last weekend. And then this weekend, I got kids' birthday parties. Got 2 of them. That's what I'm doing this weekend. But during the week, what am I doing? Homeschool. My baby was sick this week. Taking care of a sick baby. Homeschool my baby. Figured out my trash situation. Paid my bills. Normal life. Everyday normal things that people have to do. I promise you, I was not laying on a boat yesterday. I wish I was. Or the beach. And most people wasn't either. Unless they was they said they was truly on vacation. But you know, the majority of Black families don't speak on finances. I think it was almost taboo when we were growing up. Yeah, I learned that as an adult. My dad was very adamant about teaching us to budget our money. You know, I know how to balance a check register when I was like 7 or 8, right? So I do get that is a bit of a delay in the Black community, but because of that, I'm not gonna shy away from talking about it. As anytime I can, I'm going to explain how much something costs, where I spent it, because that's the realities of living here. You want to know, how much did it cost? Okay, what did the day cost when I went to Concal and we got fruit? Okay, how much did it cost? How much was the Uber? How much was the Uber there, the Uber back, and everything that we bought while we was there? It makes it, you can calculate these things instead of being unrealistic and be like, oh yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap. Cheap is not a number. Cheap to me, okay, how much? I'm gonna ask you how much. Cheap is not a number. It's a word. And cheap is relative to the person. Cheap is very much so relative to the person that said it, right? I don't know why YouTubers are doing that. People need to know the truth. YouTubers are doing, I'll tell you why YouTubers are doing it. Clickbait. YouTubers are lying. YouTubers are only providing, because no one wants to see the struggle. Nobody wants to hear about the bad stuff, right? Because you become the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy. You become the bad guy when you talk about the less than desirable stuff. You especially become a bad guy to the people that the shoe fit, that the people that feel targeted, the people that feel like they've been seen. That's when you really become the bad guy in those situations. That's what it really comes down to, and no one wants to acknowledge that, So in order to stay in the best graces, get the best views, the cool comments, oh my God, you're living great, and give people this, oh my God, I can move there so I can do that. That's so much fun. Like the whole Black expat thing, managing expectations, right? I'm part of that because they look online and they see all the people on Instagram always sharing, linking up with their friends, going to paint and sips, going to karaoke. We got an upcoming multiple Halloween parties coming. There's a trunk or treat and all these things they see. And they're like, oh my God, the Black people just always linked up. They always together. That's not true. That's not true. You have like your core circle of people, and be honest, you don't always be in you don't always be in a clique either. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have your core group of friends and y'all plan things and y'all get together, y'all find commonalities. Those will be your people. But like the broader spectrum things, you got to follow the groups like Brothers and Sisters of Merida. Black Merida has a calendar that they keep track of all of the events from, across the groups and stuff like that. They do a really great job keeping track of the activities. You have to go there and see when the meetups are, right? When the paint and sip, when the brunches, when the spades party, game nights and things like, you go there and then find them. But even then, you're not gonna see every Black expat at those events. You're not, because we're all doing other things. But just this belief that we're just always together. Like we all live on one street. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a Black neighborhood and we just all moved into it. That's not how it is. We live all across Merida, to Progresso. Somebody told me last week they live in Valladolid. I think that's how you say it. That's out there. It's not out there, but it's out there. You know what I'm saying? So we're all over the place. We're immersed everywhere. We didn't move here to all live on top of each other. Now, some people would like that, and that's cool if they want to live, that type of life, but that's not the reality. Manage your expectations in coming here. All the people I've had problems with in Mexico with other Black people, we need to do better. That's sad. That is sad. That's it. This is the first time I really had. People have had issues with me, and I found out after the fact. And then it's usually based on something I said on YouTube. But sometimes you're gonna have to acknowledge that that's a you problem, not a me problem, right? You feel some type of way about something I said based on my experiences in my life. That's a you problem, not a me problem. So if you don't like me for that, that's okay. I promise you. I think I'm gonna do okay. I'm gonna get some sleep tonight. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and still be me. So I think it comes down to it that we're not, Black people's not a monolith, right? We all don't walk the same way, talk the same way, dress the same way, live the same way. And that's okay. It's the belief that as soon as I see another Black person, I automatically feel like that Black person should mirror me as a Black person. And that's unrealistic. That's so unrealistic. And that's the point that I'm making. It's not that you have to have, I feel like you need to, if you don't have a minimum of $4,200, you shouldn't move here. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you move here, if you have $1,800, you move here, just understand how much what your quality of life is going to look like. It may not look like the jet setting, snorkeling, kayaking, ATV riding group every weekend and things like that. Your life may look more humble, more docile, chill, more. You may live a more, just slower. You're gonna have to live a slower life, because $1,800 is not going to stretch here far if you move into certain housing, if you move into certain neighborhood, if you're a large portion of your income could go towards rent, unless you move in, say, like shared housing and you rented a room. Okay, that may go further. all right, you know. But again, the point is, more of what I see because of my target audience is single mothers, primarily Black single mothers, right? When it comes down to it, you realistically can't live like that with kids, right? We could realistically live in a 2-bedroom apartment or whatever and cut our rent, but we wouldn't cut our rent by that much. So that's kind of the crazy thing for us. But when we could cut our rent some and we can downsize and all these other things, but would you be comfortable? Is that what you want? Did you really move here for that? Or did you move here for all those ooh and ah videos that you saw on TikTok? You know, people are like, oh, come with me as I move into my house in Merida, Yucatan. I have a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Everybody talks like that on TikTok, right? And I just love it here. And this is the pantry, and that's what you came for. You didn't come to live in a little 2-bedroom, you know, concrete house and, you know, have a street dog for a pet. You didn't do that. That's not what most people come for. They come because they got drug in, they got attracted to what they saw on social media. And they did, some people did a good budgeting, did good numbers, and figured that this could work for them. Other people was just like, I'm ready to go, right? Someone mentioned that there's a lot of trauma in the US and that Black people are trying to escape from that. I acknowledge that. Please don't think what I'm saying is saying, I'm not saying don't ever leave. What I'm saying is just leave on better terms. Like, have good footing when you get wherever you're going. Because from what I've gathered, people are going all over the place and doing this. They got just enough money to get them where they're gonna go, and then what? Someone mentioned that there's somebody telling people to come down here with $1,000 and start a business. I wanna know how y'all starting businesses and living with just $1,000, because it costs almost $500 in all your taxes and all your fees and paper registration to even start your business here. So I'm trying to figure out how y'all doing it on $1,000. If y'all know who is telling people how they can successfully start businesses for $1,000, please tag them for me so I know, and I'm gonna go watch their video. The other thing, managing expectations. You can't get mad because a YouTuber is charging for their time. All right? I don't do consultations. I now have membership. That's the closest I can give you to one-on-one access. Okay? You can join the community, join membership. I talk directly to the members. Members can post in there. I answer questions directly back to them, go on live with them. That's the closest you're gonna get to direct access outside of asking questions in the comments and things like that, and I'll get back to them. So joining the community, joining the membership, that's the best I can give you. But if somebody else is charging you $75 for 30 minutes of their time, respect their time. Because if you don't have the answers, you can't be mad at them for charging $75. Because you don't have the answer otherwise. The simple fact that y'all think people ought to work for free is insane to me. That is absolutely insane to me. Like, it makes no sense. If you're looking for it, and if you I feel like everything is on the internet. That's one thing. That's one reason why I'm like, you can find it on your own if you don't want to pay for it. So if you don't want to pay for it, then go find it yourself. But don't get mad because YouTubers are charging $30, $199, $299 for their time, because time is money. And when you in a piece where you just chilling with your family, it's even more expensive, because that's what time you taking away from that person's spending time with their family to be with you. So please think about that in that aspect. Manage your expectations. Do not expect YouTubers to be the be all and the know all. Do your research, do your due diligence to see how much things are, where things are, XYZ. You can find almost everything. I still use YouTube here. I still use YouTube for things here. It is what it is. Like, if you're looking for it, you can find it. It might require you to translate some things from English to Spanish. It might require you to watch one video and then watch another video. It might require you to watch the video multiple times. But if you don't want to do that and you need to pay somebody, pay them for their time. Pay them for their time. It is what it is. I don't do it. I'm not offering consultations. The closest I can get is the memberships. So join the membership. If you want to ask questions directly or whatnot, join the membership. That's what it is. You know, we go live, we have a good time in there. But if you want to ask direct questions, that's the best way I can offer that for you. Because I don't offer any type of expat services outside of YouTube, and that's it. This is all I got. And the last thing is to when you're communicating with people, sometimes the best thing to do is to find a way to verbally communicate with them, or take time and really read what you're putting down. I'm hoping y'all follow me on this. You ever seen somebody type and it's just like a long, drawn-on sentence, right? No periods, no commas, no nothing in there, and it's just going on, right? And in situations like that, when you're typing it, and the person that's receiving it, they can be reading it like you really going off on them, like you ain't even catching a breath, like you just going and going and going and going and going. Also, when you type in all caps, that means you yelling. Some people think it look cool to type in all caps, but it's not. It means you're yelling. So you don't know what mood or what mindset, what frame of mind that person it is, the receiver that's getting it, right? So that's another thing with managing your expectations. Here, when communicating with people, a lot of time communication is done through social media. It's done through Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, comment sections, things like that. Be clear with your communication and what you're asking. And I know the spiritual people tired of me, and that's cool. I love y'all too. But sometimes when in communicating, there's a lot of extraneous words thrown in that are completely unnecessary, and then you get mad when people can't communicate back with you. All right? Just think about it. You know, understand and overstand, and, you know, peace and blessings and offering. Some people are not gonna catch that. I struggle to catch that. I'ma just be straight up with y'all. If you don't come say, I have an offering, and would you like to hear about it? I'm be like, no, because that sounds like you trying to like give me to like your God or something like that. If you say, I'm selling bananas, oh, okay, yeah, what kind of bananas you got? I love bananas. One of my favorite snacks, bananas and peanut butter. That's the thing, right? I'm not saying people to change who they are, but please communicate in a way for your intended audience. Sometimes your intended audience is going to be Mexican, non-English speaking. You need to take the time to try to translate what you're saying so that you can break down any barrier, because if they have to go through and copy and paste it into their translator, it may come back something crazy. So you need to copy it into translator and then get the Spanish version, but then go back and put it back in and translate it back to English. Because y'all gonna see how the translator be jacking it up sometimes. But that's what you need to do. You need to be clear in your communications. You need to be to the point as possible, right? Be direct. If you're asking a question, it doesn't have to go all the way around the world to get to where it is, because that's where things get lost in translation. Is so many people just trying to say a whole lot and not saying nothing, which is how I feel like I'm going on right now, trying to explain to y'all to just be clear in your communication. Be direct in your communication and speak intentionally, all right? And that'll help you manage, because you'll get real frustrated when talking to people, whether it's expats here or whether it's the locals and you're trying to translate something in Spanish. You're gonna get frustrated because instead of just being as direct as you could, you kind of want to frou it up and all this other stuff, and that's not necessary, okay? A lot of times. It'll help you go further, all right? Y'all got any questions for me? Let's see what we got in the comments. Oh Lord, y'all ain't saying nothing in the comments. Okay, yeah, that's fine too. Y'all ain't gotta say nothing in the comments. But yeah, that's ultimately what I wanted to say. And I can take questions because I owe y'all 10 more minutes on YouTube. 10 more minutes. And I think the reality, you know, again, if y'all have an issue with me, please message me directly, especially if you are here in Merida. Like, I don't think I'm an unrealistic person. I know being direct is kind of hard for some people, but I'm not an unrealistic person. I don't think I'm just like a mean person. I feel like I'm easy to communicate with. So if you ever feel some type of way about me, please just talk to me if you can. Or you can jump on live right now and tell me about myself. Whatever it may be, make it happen. Charles said he'll be, hold on, how we get to Charles? We done miss people. Sitting here listening. Thank you, appreciate you. Grace White, again, I thank you for your honesty. Thank you for watching. I mean, my thing is just, I would want somebody to tell me what I don't know. That's it. Sí, yo hablo poquito español. Can you say I'm AT&T, please? Yep, I can't say that. Charles, you're gonna be here on Monday. Are you excited? Charles, have you ever been to Merida before? Or you just now, just like you coming on like a discovery trip? Or have you been here before or no? You popped up on my people you may know on Instagram and I added you on there. I was like, he gonna think I'm a stalker. But it's okay. I promise you I won't stalk, because I don't really be leaving the house like that. Oh, you been here before? Okay, that's cool.
No.
We got another person. Listen, another eligible. You eligible bachelor, Charles? I think Charles is a Charles. You know, some people say they're eligible bachelor, but they be geographically eligible. Like, I left my girl over here or my guy over here, but I'm single over here. Some people be like that. Visiting in a month just to explore. Visiting next month. Okay, Grace, you come when the weather is good. So like the weather right now is good, right? Like, what day was it? I don't know what. No, it couldn't be yesterday. Maybe the day before. Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and it was so hot that day. And I was watching my friend's daughter for her while she was taking her mommy day. And they wanted to go to the park, and when they were swimming was cool, right? Because, you know, they just go out there, I can see it here. But then we had to go to the park. Child, I was hot. I was like, Lord. Okay, for the first time. You're going to love it. You're coming at a good time. The weather is good. The weather is good in November. I do love this, like this season, like this time. The weather like now is good. But like November and like February are my two favorite months weather. But between October and that like first week or two of March, the weather is a very, very, very bearable here. It's really good. What was the biggest obstacles of moving? Biggest obstacles of moving. Originally, the biggest obstacle for me when I moved originally was the unknown. What should I bring? If I could do it all over again, I probably would have brought more of my house items with me. Merida, I'm 5'10". I feel like I say that every live, but I'm 5'10". And I go somewhere between like, 185 to 205. So I'm a big girl. I'm a hefty girl. The furniture here is made for the people here, and baby, it is not made for people of my size. It is not made for people of my size. And I'm not a big wood person either. So there's a lot of woodworking here. Not ultimately a fan. Not really a fan. So, I think if I could have brought more, if I had planned better and I had went ahead and just moved my stuff. But I was listening to people saying, just get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And yeah, I think for some people, that's probably the best thing. But for me, coming from Dallas, I think it would have been better for me to actually bring my stuff. That's on the first move. The second move, the biggest obstacle with my second move, was how things had changed. Initially, when I got my house back in January in Alta Brisa, it was like, you got the money? All right, cool. Here go your key. That's sign here. It was like a back alley drug deal, with the notary. This time, I had to like send my bank statements and my all my documents. They asked for everything, everything. And thankfully I had got everything all situated for my business. So I had all this stuff. I just so happened to have all this stuff in my bag. So, it was just frustrating because I didn't want my information out there. Being a solo parent here, I really do worry about how things are. People, as safe as Merida is, a lot of people coming into Merida from other places, and extortion is real. Not like I got no money, as I have told y'all, but still, my few little $100 might be, a lot of money to somebody. So I don't know, and if they think I got a few hundred, they might think my family got a few thousand, and they don't. Do you have any of those plant hangers on your website? Do you sell them? No, I don't have these websites on my website. I don't, but I will drop the link because my best friend makes them, and she owns Bella Clay and Knot out of Indianapolis, and she has handmade. I guess you're seeing this one. That's the Josie. It's named after me. That's my government name. Y'all welcome. So that one, and then she also has several other, which are throughout the house. And now in this house, I don't have them in every single corner because the ceilings are so high, so I can't get up there to move them. And to put them into the ceiling because I don't have like a super tall ladder. So they're most of the plant hangers are upstairs. Oh, there's one in the bathroom. If you saw my bathroom reno video, then yeah, it was in there. Oh, she got new stuff on her website. So yeah, no, you get, and she does ship internationally. Was it hard to get rid of your property before leaving the States? Property as in items? No, I sold that stuff for dirt cheap. I put it on I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I sold stuff just for people to come pick it up. $50, $40, $20, $10 free. I just really put it on there. I donated all of my gardening stuff to the Southside Garden, yeah, in Fort Worth, and they help set up gardens throughout areas in vacated lots and people's houses to help with the food scarcity in a lot of areas. So I donated that stuff, but everything I put for nothing. I'm not a hoarder or a maximalist. I'm not a minimalist either, but I'm not attached to things. I'm not attached to things at all. But I did keep some things because I was going to do a container house in the U.S. to have like a home base there. So I do have a storage, y'all. I do. I pay that bill every month. One reason was ultimately for tax documents, and I got a smaller storage. And when I went in, they were out of smaller storages, and the guy was like, "Hey, I'm just upgrade you to this bigger storage for the same price." And then I ended up getting like a room size storage, and I ended up keeping way more stuff than I had intended to. And now that I'm here, I want like 2 boxes, and I want my Christmas tree. Because this year they did do better with Christmas this year. It's already out. I don't know if it's already out in the I'm sure it's already out in the US, but they did a lot better with the Christmas items here. So maybe I might can get rid of that Christmas tree too. But I lived in an apartment, so I didn't own a house. And my car, it was during the national car shortage. I sold my car and made money. What's the most valuable thing you did to prepare your daughter for the move? I started her on Duolingo before we left. I started her on Duolingo before we left, so she can start hearing the language and get more comfortable with the language. We have been to Mexico other times, and we lived in Los Angeles. She was born in Los Angeles. We lived there for I lived there for 8 years. She lived there for like 6.5 years. So it wasn't foreign to her to hear Spanish and things like that. But, you know, hold on, let me get rid of this person. But yeah, so one of the things that I did was to put her on Duolingo to help her. She was down for the move. So very much so, very, very, very much so on board for the move. So I didn't have to like try and like hype her up, like, hey, like look at these YouTube videos or anything like that. She was like, we moving to Mexico because we would go to Rosarito a lot, and we loved it there. So she was on board, and we've traveled a lot together. So she was cool with it. She was also very excited to homeschool, and it's been working out really good for us. So that's about it. I think I had to prepare family more. I think I had to prepare family more than I had to prepare her, because there was like this belief of like the crime and the, you know, she didn't know anything about all that stuff, so she didn't have a skewed view of Mexico, because the only times we had every time we came before was always a positive experience. I feel like I had to do more to prep my family, like, okay, like this the second safest city, and they got this and they got cameras, and we're gonna live here and we're gonna live behind a gate, and I had to like just really explain to family about the move and prep them, opposed to prepping her, because her you know, kids are very malleable, you know, they're adaptable. And so if mom feel like she got together, I feel like a lot of times kids be like, all right, you know, sometimes they seem to think we just super people, you know, and they like, oh, if my mom say we can do it. You know, sometimes I don't be knowing if I'm doing it right exactly, but you know, it's a trust the process kind of thing. I think that's parenting as a whole. We don't know what we're doing, we just trying to figure it out. Using Babbel to learn the Spanish language. Oh yeah, is Babbel good? Do you like Babbel? She uses Duolingo, and she's using another one now that's helping her with like phrases and sentences. We do this thing now with numbers. Numbers are one of the hardest things. It took me a whole minute with the numbers. And so now when we're waiting on an Uber, like if the license plate is 725, I'll say to her like 725, I don't know what number I made up. And she'll have to tell me what the number is back, and then she'll have to say it back to me. So it's really helping her to identify her numbers. She picked it up a lot faster than I did. It took me probably a couple months to get larger numbers, not the basics to 100, but like the hundreds in the meal. You know, it took me a minute, you know, to pick that up. And you know, kids' brain, you know, they pick it up so fast. And saying little phrases to her like "come here" and things like that, it's starting to help. You know, also her nanny talks to her in Spanish, and the housekeeper only speaks Spanish as well. And so it's working. She can always, when she wants something like the nail tech, when she wants something, she can always find the words, you know. She can always find the words to get what she wants. Right? It's interesting. Kids are a trip like that. Parenting equals trial and error. Parenting is trial and error, y'all. I'm telling you, they don't give you no instructions. And then they give you instructions. They didn't give me the specific instructions to my child. Because today I had to, trying to get my trash set up or whatever, because the house is new and the landlord didn't set the trash up before. And he lives in Puerto Morales. So trying to get the trash set up, and at the corner of my eye, my child is on the ground, but she wasn't on, she was kneeling down because she was trying to save a bug. I'm like, Griffin, leave that bug alone. Like, I'm trying not to black mom up in darn City Hall of Concal. Girl, leave it alone. Well, it's about to die, I want to save it. No, ma'am, leave it alone. We don't even know what it is. Leave it alone. It's gonna die. It's okay. It's part of the circle of life. Leave it alone. So yeah, it's trial and error. Hey, okay. Let's see. All right, if y'all got any more questions, go ahead and drop them. go ahead and drop them. Children pick up things much quicker than adults. Their minds are like sponges. Yes, child. My baby has, if y'all haven't noticed, I have a new intro. Her name is right in the middle of it. That's like, don't worry, she gonna fix it on the next intro she makes. But yeah, she's picking up video editing, and she's picking it up like you know, she's talking to me, and she'd be like, yeah, you just have to do the da 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 da, and I'd be like, can you just do it for me? So if y'all want to know where your YouTube money goes that I make on YouTube, it goes to her shopping cart. So she just puts stuff in the shopping cart, and when YouTube paid me, I cashed the shopping cart out. And right now she's currently decorating, completely redoing her bedroom with the proceeds from YouTube. So just so you know, your money goes, your views goes towards helping I was about to say a starving child in Merida, because that child ain't starving. But your view goes towards a budding video animations star or something. You know, that's her digital creation and animation is her thing. She's really into the editing portion of it right now. So yeah, she did my intro and helps with the video. So I let her have the YouTube money, and it gives her something to work toward, and it keeps her off my debit card, child, because my debit card be tied. My new landlord lives literally around the corner, and I like it when they are close. If you got a good landlord, that could be beneficial. My landlord is good. He just lives far away. But I also today I kept telling her, I'm so proud of me. Like I kept saying, I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of me. I was so proud of me because before I had been trying to do it and like squeeze it into other stuff, but today it was like the goal was to do this. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go do it. And I went in there, and the lady told me, the guard pointed me where I need to go. I went over there, and I was able to communicate everything in Spanish and get everything I need. Go back, get the trash set up, get the sticker. I need to go put the sticker on. Get the sticker and everything. Listen, I am proud of me. I did that. I know y'all probably like, this girl crazy. She excited about the trash. But I've been paying a security guy to pick my trash up. He only picks it up once a week, and we have feral cats out here, which I'm not mad at the cats. The cats can stay because we got a lot of, reptiles and things out here. So the cats can stay. But yeah, I was like very, very concerned. Hey, stop. Stop. Okay, so you can't do this. So yes, that's exactly what, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it boils down to. Thanks, Kinetics. Appreciate the gift. Give yourself a pat on the back. I'm so proud. Y'all, listen. Every time I do something, I feel like, the kid, when they be like, yay, clap for me. I want my daughter to clap for me, and she just be like, okay, mommy. Like, it's not a big deal to her, because she doesn't even realize I'm struggling with Spanish, because for some reason we always get it done, but she doesn't realize like the struggle I'm going through trying to learn this language. Like, when you old and you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. I am about to get up out of here. Oh, one last question. Do you have scorpions in your area? I'm sure there are scorpions. I live in the forest or the jungle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's scorpions. I have fumigation, and I'm scheduling fumigation to come back again because I noticed that I have ants in the back now. And I put out Diamostasis earth. I put that out, so I'm hoping that'll help, but I'm gonna have fumigation come back again. I have the gardener coming, and they're going to come in. Hold on a second. Jax, get here. Okay, sorry y'all. Yeah, I have the gardener coming this weekend, and so after the gardener comes, then I'm gonna have fumigation come, because I know the gardener is gonna like upset their ecosystem or whatever. And then I'm gonna have fumigation come next week to spray behind them. But yeah, now I have ants in the back. But I have not seen scorpions. I did see a tarantula though. I saw a tarantula the other day. We opened the door and Jax was like gonna go out, and he didn't want to go out, but he was doing a little pat his feet thing, like I gotta go. And I looked out and it was just sitting there. And it was not little, y'all. It was like this big. Like it was for real. And I was looking at him like, oh my God, like I don't know if they fast, I don't know if they're slow, I don't know. But I was freaked out. I was like, and he was just standing there, he was like patting his feet. I was like, okay, we just gonna wait. And I closed the door, and then he sat there and he kept like whining, and we waited maybe 20 minutes, opened the door again. It was still sitting there. I was like, well, maybe it's dead. Like I thought it was dead. No, it wasn't dead. He went outside, but he like went against her. Like he's such a smart dog. He went against her. He like took the long way around, because I was standing there like, please. I was scared like it was gonna charge at him or something. Because again, I don't know anything about tarantulas. I'm thinking like it's gonna charge him, it's gonna feel threatened. And the thing just sat there. So I thought, well, maybe it's dead. And then the next morning I woke up and it was still there. So it wasn't there. So I don't think it was dead, or a bug could have ate it. A bird could have came and got it. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I did see a tarantula. But that was in the front though. And it wasn't like close to the house. It was like out on the patio, but still, it still was here. I still saw it. I have to watch from the beginning. Yes, go back and watch from the beginning. Thank you. Lemons are a good deterrent for ants. I don't know. I feel like a lemon might attract other things though. Like we might get rid of the ants, but what else will we attract? I don't know about that. I'm gonna just use borax or diamond stasis earth, or have the fumigator come for the ants, because yeah, I don't want to deal with it. Okay, anything else? And the scorpions aren't deadly to humans, I don't think. I think it's like babies and old people for scorpions. Not that it's like I still think like, oh, you should see scorpions, but I think they're more deadly for babies and old people opposed to healthy, able-bodied adults. And even kids. Okay. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody watching. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I saw a few like new subscribers. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I have like a YouTube goal. I'm trying to get to like 2,000 by the end of the year. Like I really want to get to like 2,000 by the end of the year. So tell your friends about my channel. Share the word. If you want to talk to me directly, join the membership. Like join the membership. There's a link on here somewhere for the membership. Join the membership. Join the Kitty Compound. I go live on there. You're able to really reach out and talk directly to me, and I can talk back. I really appreciate you all watching. Until next time, bye.